live on this video or like even record it and upload it. Like I've ran into so many like replays or like redos for this particular video, but no big deal. So I am super excited to dive in and talk about some things that I need to talk about. I'm super duper full. I'm pumped. I with things that God has like really worked with me on. So my title of the video, like some people are probably like think success is not hard, but for some people it seems like it's hard. But let me tell you, like my story is I am a educator. Like I teach, and this will be my 4th year teaching. And my teaching testimony is like, I'm not saying it's like not like anybody else's. I'm sure there's other people out there that have struggled with the same thing that I struggle with. But I am a teacher that struggled with passing the teaching test. The first time I took it, I think I was like 3 points away, and then it was like 5 points, and then it was 3 points again. And so I was just like at the point of where I started to question God. And I know like some people feel like, oh, you shouldn't question God. Like I know that now, but at the time I didn't care like about me having to question God or anything like that. Like I was just being selfish and wanted my questions answered. And so anyways, I was questioning, like, hey, God, I keep failing at this. Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't even know if I need to be a teacher and stuff. So that's where my mindset was. And my grandmother, she really was a very big help, like a lot of support during that time, because I really was like on the edge of giving up on that, because I was like, well, I'm not passing. So anyways, I did not pass the test in enough time. Like during my first year of teaching, I was like a sub, or like I was on a waiver, because I was going to school like to get my master's in order for me to teach and stuff like that. But I still didn't have the test passed to make sure that I was like truly certified. So anyways, at the end of the year, I still didn't have it passed, so I did not have a job like secured for the next year. So that was heartbreaking in itself, because I really didn't know, like, okay, I don't have a job. Like, how am I going to be able to like help provide for our child? And that was like kind of hard, because I was like, hey, it's not involved in this. So like when you have kids and stuff involved, it's a whole different ball game. And so anyways, I ended up getting the opportunity to teach at the high school that my second year. And so I was told that I needed to have the test passed by a certain time frame. So it was kind of like starting all over again, except for this time, instead of it being middle school, it was high school. And this is what blows my mind, is because when we got or when I was talking and stuff like that, they told me that I need to have it passed by December. Well, I was told that like I would have a little help to kind of prepare for the test, because I had been struggling with the other one. So I was like, well, this is high school. Like I don't even know. Like I feel like I might struggle a little bit more. So anyways, that didn't end up happening. Like I did not need it, because we were all so busy. Like I was like actually teaching. The other lady that was like my mentor, she was teaching as well. And so it just couldn't happen. Like we were just way too busy. So anyways, I ended up taking a break from life. I told John that like, look, our future depends on like me like passing this test and stuff. So I ended up taking a break. I think it was like 1 or 2 minutes. Yes, like I feel like everybody keeps calling. Like every time I'm trying to do like a video, I keep getting calls. So hopefully that's it. But anyway, so it was just like I could not for the life of me like get that test passed. But once I ended up I'm trying to get my thoughts back. Oh, yes, I took a break from life, like for I think it was 1 or 2 days, and then I studied. I did not go to sleep. I remember for at least a full day, like I stayed up and I studied a college book on biology, and I think it was like over 18 chapters in, y'all. Like I studied it, like, and I was just like focused and ready to pass that test. And so I took the test, passed it, and I was so excited, and I was just like crying tears of joy. But then I also questioned God again, silly me, But I was just like, God, why did I have to go through that? Like, why did I go through the whole phase of like not passing the test? And then here it is, I come to the high school and I take the high school test, and I passed that one on the first try. And personally, like, the way that I was looking at it was like it made me stronger. Like, I kind of like answered my own question after, like, I asked God that question. And then it was just like, hey, he molded me and like made me stronger, and just, it was different. Like, I value teaching because of all the things that I had to go through in order to get to a point of where it was like official. And so anyways, that was that piece. And so success to some people is like having a job, having a lot of money, being able to provide for your kids, or your family, and so many other ways to think about success. But truly, our definition of success, it doesn't matter how we define it. The thing that's really hard, it's not about like getting what it is that you're trying to get. It's about like what you like have to go through to get it, and that you actually get it without like quitting, if that makes sense. So I could have easily been like, nope, teaching's not for me. Like, I keep failing the test. Like, I'm out. Like, this is not like something that I was meant to do. Because if it was meant to be, like, I would have passed it. Like, we're so quick to think that everything needs to happen on our time. But like, y'all, that was like a whole year and a half that I had to, struggle. I had to like kind of fight for it, and it made it worth it. But so when I like have people question me like in regards to my business and stuff, like, I was at a point of where I was like pushing for promotion, wanted to get like these different bonuses and stuff like that. And people would say like, oh, I thought you were trying to get like a $7,000 bonus, and then like $1,000 bonus, or you had some girls that were going for it. Did y'all get it? And then I was just like, I'm not one of those people that just because I don't get something, I quit. I have been in the mindset of that, like, hey, I wanted to, like, when it came to the teaching, because that was a lot of times. But I know that particular experience set me up to where now when I'm faced with hard times, I don't have to give up. Like, I don't have to have that mindset that, oh, well, it's just not meant to be. No. You work hard at whatever it is that you're trying to do, and you pray and you allow God to direct that path that you're going down, and make sure that it's lining up with what he wants and what he expects to happen. So, stop, Jordan. And so that's where, like, I'll tell people, like, look, I have people that will join, like, my team. They will, like, they're on fire. They're ready to go towards these bonuses. And then the minute that they realize that they have to put in some work, they're just like, yeah, I wasn't expecting this. Peace out. Like, oh, this is not for me. I don't have hard feelings for any of them, because each person is different. I feel like each person should know they should know themselves like a whole lot better than I would know. Like, I can't say like, oh, well, Sally is really, she was on fire and now she's lost her fire, and she said the business is not for her, but I know this business is for her. Sally needs this. Like, I'm not the one to determine that. Like, Sally has to be the one to determine that. Sally has to have her own fire, and I can't make Sally see what I see. And so all throughout like this, like, I am a year and a few months into like this home-based business, and it has really, really, really brought a lot of things into perspective. And so I am just like blown away at every time I get asked that. No, I have not promoted to diamond. I have not promoted to emerald. I have not reached that accomplishment every single time that I've went for it. But am I going to cry about it? No. Have I really been like kind of upset? I was at one point, but then I realized like, okay, you know why I'm not reaching it? Because it's not meant for me to reach it right now, and because my heart's not in the right place. If I'm more focused on that rank or that promotion, that's not of God. That's not it. It doesn't have anything to do with him. That is all me. And so once I got to the point of where I was content, I started to hear from God. So many different doors were starting to open. Like, it was just different. And so I was like content with people on my team not working, or people not seeing the same vision that I see, or people want to take a break, or them, like, all these different things like that. Some people would say, oh, well, this business isn't for me. Like, no, we've had a lot of good things. Like, I've had people that are being able to bring in that extra $300 a month that they needed. I've had people that are just making side rap cash, and they're just like, okay, you know, that's all I need. Like, not every single person is wanting to come into a business and make a lot of money. But then you also have, like, sometimes where people feel like, okay, I did not reach this goal right now, I have to quit. Like, this is not what I signed up for. Well, let me just say this. If your boss told you, and you were working at like this mortgage company, and they told you that, okay, you know, we have people that are up for promotion, or we might like give out some bonuses. Well, then things just dramatically change, and you don't get that bonus. You don't get that promotion. Are you just going to say, okay, well, peace out, I quit? No, the average person does not do that. You continue to work, and you just say, like, some people, they say, oh, I hate my job and stuff like that. But the thing about it is, you don't just quit. You know that you still have to go to work. So some people's mindset is that, like, they don't see certain things the same. Success is success. I don't care what it is, what you do. It does not always have to be work related. Success can be anything, like being a successful Christian, being a successful educator, successful wife, successful mother, all these different things. It's achieving and being able to stay consistent, being committed. So what's hard for people? Commitment. What's hard for people? Consistency. They don't want to be committed to anything. People want to be able to do things when they want to do it, and they don't want to be tied to something. That's the truth. There's nothing that I can like say any different about that, because that's the truth about how it really is that people are so afraid of committing to something. They're afraid of what people are going to think. They're afraid of failure. It's basically a lot of fear. They don't know what's going to happen. They know that a lot of it is out of their control. And as a woman, that's our biggest issue, is not having control. We don't like not being in control. We want to know that it's going to happen like it's supposed to happen. And we need to know how, when, where, all the details about it. But we don't have that. So we just struggle with being committed to it. And so that's where, you know, the title of Why is Success So Hard? Success is really not hard. Commitment is hard. Consistency is hard. But once you get used to it, it becomes easy. And I always tell people that, honestly, you owe yourself. Like, you owe it to yourself to be committed. You owe it to yourself to be consistent. And I am not, like, letting things go with my business. My vision, like, whew, y'all, I'm so full. Like, God has really opened so many doors. He has really made... he's answered so many questions that I've had, like, these past few weeks. I prayed some things and I've had some things up before him, and just last week and this upcoming week, or this last week and the weekend before that, like, I've had things that really answered it. And so, like, I am about to, like, just really kickstart in my business for, like, personal training and things like that. So I just wanted to, like, encourage y'all